So, yeah, Arizona's top court banned abortion in the state of Arizona, and everything started happening very quickly. Apparently, this is video footage of evangelical Republicans in the House of Arizona praying in tongues that the 1864 anti-abortion law is made like enforceable by the courts again.
Let it be so, Father God. Let it be so. Let it be so.
I love sharing my country with these people. It's great. It's so cool.
Lord, right now we just release the presence of the Lord in the Senate chamber. We just release the hovering glory of God Almighty in the Senate chamber. We just pray right now, Lord God, over every death.
Yeah. So,
I'm devastated by this decision.
Arizona Governor Katie Hobbs slammed a ruling by the state's Supreme Court on Tuesday to revive a law dating back to 1864 that bans abortion in virtually all instances. Shortly after Tuesday's decision, the Democratic governor called for the Republican-controlled legislature to repeal the Civil War-era ban.
We are 14 days away from this extreme ban coming back to life.
yeah, it's pretty bad. It's a rough one. It's not just a ban either. There's like criminal penalties for people like even associated with. See if I can find it.
It must be repealed immediately.
The 4-2 ruling by Arizona's top court is on hold for 14 days to allow parties to raise arguments at the trial court level. In a statement,
Yeah, Arizona was made a state in 1912. So this is a law from half a century before the formation of the state of Arizona.
President Joe Biden denounced the ruling, calling it the result of the extreme agenda of Republican elected officials. Here's White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre.
With today's decision, millions of Arizonians will soon face an even more extreme and dangerous abortion ban than they did before. This Arizona law, which was initially enacted in 1864, more than 150 years ago, fails to protect women even when their health is at risk, or in horrific cases of rape or incest. There are now
Republicans just keep digging their grave. Oh yeah, you'll see. We'll talk about it.
21 extreme state abortion bans in effect across the country.
The decision marked the latest legal setback for abortion rights, following a ruling last week that cleared the way for a 6-week abortion ban in Florida that was backed by Republicans. States have been allowed to adopt such bans after the U.S. Supreme Court, with its 6-3 conservative majority, overturned the landmark Roe v. Wade ruling that made access to abortion a constitutional right nationwide.
Yeah, it's basically just that. In the absence of Roe v. Wade and a federal law on the subject, the states and the state courts can do whatever they want, basically. Yeah, so that's pretty wacky. So the main thing that I have to say about this is that it's very, very funny, because this is horrible for the Republicans. This is why I'm saying, okay, every purple state, and Arizona is like the most purple state, okay? Every purple state needs to have, through whatever freak coincidence, whatever happenstance, an anti-abortion law passed just to make everyone vote blue, okay? That's what we need, all right? We need a little reminder. We need to kick people into gear. Let's go. The law, of course, being 150 years old, is like incredibly punitive, in a lot of ways vague. It's not great. We could talk about the details, but I don't even care, like, at all. So, you want to know how extreme this is? Do you want to know how bad this is for Republicans? Blotto, stop spoiling. You want to know how bad this is for Republicans? Republican Arizona Senate candidate Kari Lake. Kari Lake. You know, the rules in absentia from Arizona in Chinese Taipei. You know, the parallel governor of Arizona. You know, the QAnon lady. You know, the mandate of heaven favors me, and one day I shall return to Arizona on a golden chariot and retake my governorship, which I am entitled to. The secret leader of Arizona, that lady, Kari Lake, disagrees with the Arizona Supreme Court ruling. That's how bad this is, and called on Hobbs and the state legislature to come up with an immediate common sense solution that Arizonans can support in a statement. It is insane. Do you have any idea how bad this has to be for Kari Lake to release a statement disagreeing with this ruling? Unbelievable. And the right-wing infighting is quite a sight to behold in the replies. Yeah, it's not just them either. Didn't I have another link here? Yeah. Oh no, this is the AZ Attorney General. Hold on, where was that link that I had? Oh yeah, this is a Arizonan Republican congressman. Today's ruling is a disaster for women and providers. In Arizona, our 15-week law protected the rights of women and new life. It respected women in the difficult decision to ending a pregnancy. This territorial law is archaic. This is horrendous. Horrendous for Republicans, you know? And what's more, the Attorney General of Arizona, who won her election with no more than 400 votes above the Republican candidate, said she's not going to enforce it. Today's decision to reimpose a law from a time when Arizona wasn't a state, the Civil War was raging, and women couldn't even vote will go down in history as a stain on our state. This is far from the end of the debate on reproductive freedom, and I look forward to the people of Arizona having their say in the matter. And let me be completely clear, as long as I am AG, no woman or doctor will be prosecuted under this draconian law in this state. Seriously, it genuinely seems like the Arizona Supreme Court basically just did a favor to the Democrats. I'm not joking. When people like Kari Lake are rushing to say, wait, hold on, when local Congress people are saying, when the AG isn't even going to enforce it, it just makes them look terrible. This reminds me of the in vitro fertilization ban, right? Where like the speech, the exit speech, her speech as she left the head of the RNC, the previous woman who ran the RNC, her speech was on the need for moderate abortion solutions. Like, the main threat to the GOP right now is their draconian anti-abortion laws catching up with them and driving people against them, you know? And like they keep like falling into this pit over and over and over again. Now you have Republicans arguing over whether or not banning IVF is good. Now you're going to have Republicans arguing over whether or not this draconian Arizona, Supreme Court ruling is good or bad, right? It makes the GOP much, much weaker. Was this law enforced in pre-Roe Arizona? What am I, a historian? This law is from 150 years ago. It was before Arizona was even a state, the territory of the area before Arizona. This is obviously a good thing, but can an AG just decide not to enforce a law? Yes. That's the same reason we have sanctuary cities, you know, where the police and the local courts refuse to cooperate with immigration customs enforcement. Yeah. Sort of a prosecutorial discretion. Now they're calling Kari Lake not conservative in the comments. I've said this so many times before, but so many Republicans just aren't really aware of how bad their own party is. I know I'm not like trying to encourage you to give them a benefit of the doubt because like you shouldn't, they suck. But at the same time, like a lot of Republicans just don't know. And then they wake up one day and they get what they wished for, you know? Oh, now you don't have abortion. It's like, wait, what? Wait, what? And then all of a sudden, all these previous like MAGA lords are like moderates who are like, whoa. If Kari Lake has to back off this bullshit, you know, it shows you how much like internal tension there is in the party. For all the shit we give the Democrats, deservedly so, at least the tension with the business with the genocide of the Palestinian people, at least that's external, right? That's not like some underlying contradiction or tension or inconsistency that gets painted over and over and over, and then every once in a while it's like, oh, wait, what? And then people get reminded of it, and then there's conflict, but then it gets settled down again. It's a very active, ongoing, loud process. So at the very least, that's a lot more democratic than the consistent Republican strategy of like, let's just hope the voter base doesn't catch on to how bad we are. Kari Lake also praised the 1864 law before. Some big milkers in this one. Has she praised it before? She called this law a great law. Dude, if she's flip-flopping when she's praised it before, that is so bad for her. Not for like her specifically, I mean, but like as an indicator of how quickly you have to backpedal to get away from the consequences of this being made law.
I'm incredibly thrilled that we are going to have a great law that's already on the books. So it will prohibit abortion in Arizona, and I think we're going to be paving the way and setting course for other states to follow.
Well, you know, when you're a dog and you're chasing the car and you catch the car and you don't know what to do, many such cases. Why is it that every single time Republicans actually succeed in doing the things they threaten to do, it's worse for them? That's the big difference between Democrats and Republicans. For the most part, when Democrats actually manage to get done the things they say they're going to do, it's usually to their electoral benefit. And when Republicans actually get around to doing the things they threaten they're going to do, it's to their detriment. People don't like the policies they offer. They just like the rhetoric they offer. It's very funny. Isn't that treason? It's not treason. Prosecutorial discretion isn't treason, no. In fact, prosecutorial discretion is exercised all the time in like every county in the United States, whether or not you know it. There are lots of laws in the books that cops could be absolute dicks about, and instead they choose to only, they exercise their discretion and only apply it to black people. So, happens all the time. Yeah, the system works. 2 of the judges are up for re-election. Good dude, keep them on. Have them keep making insane right-wing rulings that will end up backfiring for their constituency, Keep it going. Biden just put out that anti-abortion ad, or anti-abortion ad too. We didn't see this on stream, did we?
The things, it's one of our willow boxes. This is just filled with some of the things that we had started.
What about the people in Arizona, lol? It's Arizona.
Gathering for her while I was pregnant.
Yep.
There's her little baby book. This is the outfit that she was gonna maybe wear home from the hospital. All of these. This is the blanket that she was in. And these are her little footprints.
It's okay.
On the plus side, the Arizona Supreme Court ruling means Biden will get to
Joe
film more
Biden.
stuff like this from the state, Get a lot more on-the-ground examples to dramatically film for his campaign. I do like the Joe Biden jump scare at the end where you see this, like, horrifying scene, and then he's like, I'm Joe Biden, I did that.
I'm Joe Biden,
And I did that. It's like striding towards the camera, too. Are you going to cover that the Republicans in Ohio and now Alabama are saying that Biden and the Democrats can't be on the ballot because it's after the deadline? No, because I don't think it's actually going to happen. I just think it's more stupid posturing bullshit. We need to get used to, like, bad faith stuff from the Republicans. They're going to do everything they can. Like, they're going to be out there in the courts saying, like, according to this one thing I read, actually, like, death penalty. It's going to be nonstop. Especially in Ohio. Ohio Republicans are so insane. Like, I think in a lot of ways, the Ohio Republicans are worse than the ones in, like, Tennessee or whatever, because they're in a purple state. They know they're fighting over every margin, and they are just, like, militantly insane, There's not even much in the way of, like, I guess, authentic evangelical wackery there. It's just, swing state Republicans are... It is funny how that works, right? Like, swing state Republicans are literally Hitler, and swing state Democrats are literally, like, Lenin. Which state GOP do you think is the most moderate? I don't know if there is anymore. I'm sure there are a few states where the GOP is quiet enough that they don't even really try that hard. But, yeah, maybe Vermont, New Hampshire? Maybe, like, the Northeast. Yeah, like Maine? I don't know. I don't hear as much from there. Then again, Maine did have that law about funding, or that push to, like, fund private religious schools with public tax dollars. Not really sure. No, you're right. New Hampshire is crazy. Maybe Vermont. I don't know. Maybe Bernie just had a calming presence on the entire goddamn state. Anyway, what about Utah? Well, Utah is different. Utah isn't even a part of America, really. Like, in every other state, the Republican wing is evangelical, and in Utah, it's Mormon. It's a very different... It's very weird, Yeah, it's an enclave. Yeah, it's very weird. Even Spokane over here is starting to turn left. Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.